Disclaimer. We are two regular guys who love to talk Bone Thugs and Harmony. We do not represent Bone Thugs or any Bone affiliate. We are also not Bone Thugs experts. The views and information you hear in this podcast may be based on personal opinion. Please feel free to leave corrections and clarifying information in the comments. And enjoy.
Knowing what we know about Mo Thug and knowing what we know about So Def now, 20 plus years later, how do you think, if any at all, how do you think that the career of II Tru would be different now if you would have been So Def versus Mo Thug? Being able to look at someone like Bow Wow or someone like the Brat and their career.
I can say that. I can tell you exactly. Look at the Brat. She was signed after us.
Yeah. And I think that it's fair to say that there's a lot of similarities there as far as like the hard rap, and there were only two types of women at that time, and some of them were half naked and rapping, and then some of them were hard as hell on the microphone and getting respected. So I think that there's a lot of similarities between II Tru and the Brat. When you were, I'm trying to remember the time frame on this. After Mo Thug, at one point, there was a mixtape you were going to drop called The Underground. I think it was through OhioRap.com. Do you remember doing that? There was a little bit of gear up for that. And I was always wondering how that went for you, after, if it kind of came to the expectations that you had, or if it didn't quite deliver the way you wanted it to.
I vaguely remember that. That was me by myself, or that was some other
yeah, that was you. That was you by yourself. That was you, and I think it was something for Ohio hiphop.com that you were probably doing specifically for them. They did a little bit of promo for it and stuff. Right.
I remember they made me a nice picture. When at first, when all of that stuff was over, I was going to other people's studios. That became a problem for me because, like I said, I like to write and vibe in the studio versus Brina can do it off a beat. I mean, I can't. So anyway, eventually I got my own studio equipment and was recording. And so I had a lot of stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to release it. And I don't know why I did not release it. I don't know.
We've had an awesome interview. Before I let you go, the fans hit me with so many questions, and I feel selfish because I barely let John speak, if at all. I haven't asked a single fan question, and this is why I was like, I'm going to have to get Jhaz back on here. So before I let you go, though, I should ask a couple of these fan questions. You can give me just a couple words on them or whatever you like. We kind of touched on one of them. Reckless Anxiety wants to know, was there a lot of unreleased II Tru material from the Mo Thug era?
So from Mo Thug, yeah, we got stuff with Ant and Steve, and then our stuff, yeah. Like we had an in-house producer, so yeah, we was recording all the time.
Dirty Hen 1, what a name. Dirty Hen 1 wants to know what role Sin played in the song I Got Your Back. It says that he's listed on there, but he doesn't recognize him in the song.
He raps on the song and he's on the chorus. But me and Brina had the song together. We really wanted Rock on that boy. Rock killed it too. Mm-hmm. We wanted to shift on that song, but that's how that happened. We came out there, we had specific songs we wanted. We was like, this the song with everybody, this the song we're gonna have Ken on, and this the one for the shit. So that's how that happened.
A question I had that I forgot to ask that I'm going to just selfishly throw in here is, the Mo Thugs that I have on always talk about the night Notorious Thugs was recorded with Bone and Biggie, and even Archie was there in the picture. do you remember that? And how come II Tru isn't there, or were you guys there and you're just not in the picture?
Because all the girls got kicked out.
You were all kicked out.
One of the girls, it wasn't II Tru, but one of the girls was a little tipsy, which caused all of the girls to get kicked out the damn studio.
Oh, so you guys were originally there with it, with everybody?
All there. Everybody was there. All of both thugs. We part of both thugs. We was in that boy.
Wow.
And when our people, yeah, we got kicked out the studio.
In the very last interview I heard with you guys, you did mention that there was another female Mo Thug that you were very unhappy with, and you didn't want to say names, but is it the same girl that got you kicked out of the studio that you weren't feeling back then?
So you did not listen correctly. I just said that there was a Mo Thug member. Ooh, it wasn't a female, baby.
It wasn't a female.
II Tru and Trey is tight, baby.
We love Trey. I was really upset when Trey wasn't on the second Mo Thug album. I always thought they added such a good sound. They were very unique, and it looked like at least Nico was going to be on there, and then she wasn't. I was always sad when Trey wasn't on there because they were so cool.
You gotta hear them girls sing in person. They sound like fucking birds or something. I don't know.
Yeah. They were awesome to have on there. You know, Jhaz, I got to tell you that I've had a ton of fun talking to you, and I really hope that as many times as I've dropped it and said I got to have you back on with my new format, I'm going to have to get you back on just to talk more with you, because I know as soon as I drop this interview, the fans are going to say, you didn't ask this, you didn't ask that, you didn't find out this, you didn't find out that. But you
gotta make sure when my plaque fail, you gotta put it in slow motion and be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. How they
we would never ever do that.
What the fuck?
We'll always make sure Jhaz looks as cool as she deserves to look. Before I let you go, is there anything that you want the fans to know? It's been a while since you've checked in with them. I know you're pretty active with fans on your Facebook and your social media, but while you have this audience, this captivated audience, is there anything you want them to know?
I can speak for both Brina and Arch. We really appreciate y'all rolling with us all of this time. On our album, every II Tru song except for So High and Summertime was produced by Archie Blaine. I saw some comments about, I think Romeo making I Got Your Back or Sin or something. Like, no, everything we did was II Tru. And we are not bitter. Like I told you, if you ask me, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm not bitter. I'm just a true baby. That's it.
Yeah. That's awesome. Jhaz, I've had a great time with you. I appreciate you so much, and I can't wait to get you back on here. And I think it's been awesome. I can always tell you that I've had a smile from ear to ear talking to you, and I know my co-host knows when I am.
The whole time. Look, and I got 2 chins now. This is this big Mama Jhaz.
You're beautiful, Jhaz. You got a beautiful soul, a beautiful face, and it's been a beautiful interview. We appreciate you so much. I look forward to having you back on, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your night. Beyond the Harmony listeners, stay tuned. We are going to go to commercial, and me and Johnny will be right back with you.
Bye, Johnny, even though you ain't say nothing. Bye-bye. Hey.
Check my North Coast.
Yeah, nigga. Thug line up in this motherfucker. Yeah. Mr. Salt off left face. Going down. Finna get y'all motherfuckers fucked up. Let's get high. Yeah. Now my nigga Pop run y'all motherfuckers with thug passion. Rest in peace. Got y'all niggas fucked up. Yeah. We got some new shit, nigga. Check this shit out. It's called.
This is Bruce Hathcock, and you are watching Beyond the Harmony.
And we are back. Beyond the Harmony, beyondtheharmony.com. Johnny John, our first female guest, Jhaz from the immortal II Tru. I know I didn't give you much speaking room, bro. How was it for you?
Bro, that was phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. You and Jazz just flowed off each other so perfect. You picked up on each other's cues. You segued perfect. We covered so much ground in 1 hour. This is part of the beauty of this new format is it's all meat, no filler. And Jazz answers so many questions that like even things that you didn't ask, like the parts that she filled in, it filled in so many different blanks. So this was beyond the harmony magic right here.
Yeah, she was awesome. I was having such a great time, and I hope you know that, and you see the question sheets as we do them, and I know you would have said, hey, I got something I want to ask. So, but I was trying to hit everything that I thought was important. But so many questions didn't get asked. It's like everything I said at the beginning of the show leaves me wanting more, left me wanting more. I hope it left the fans wanting more. I got so many questions I didn't ask, but it was great. When I told her I smiled ear to ear, I meant it the whole time. And I know you've known me for I don't even know 20 plus years now, and you must have known that I had a smile the whole time.
Oh, it's hard not to smile looking at Jazz's beautiful smile the whole time. So I was smiling myself, and in fact, I was smiling so much that I was like, I'm not even going to try talking because I'm just going to sound like a giggly little kid. I'm gonna let smooth Cecil West play, do his thing. I'll play my position, and I'll just keep smiling with my mic on mute because it was awesome. I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, I did too. I hope the listeners enjoyed it as well. I know that there was a lot of the standard Beyond the Harmony questions that I didn't get in there. But if you're a longtime listener, I think we've established and gone over a lot of that stuff thoroughly. And there was just way more depth to talking to Jhaz than just talking about shitty Bone and Mo Thug bad dealings. There was so much positive to talk about and so much good to talk about that why not do it? And it was awesome. Last week I was giving John the hey, we got to wrap. This week Johnny was keeping me in the check, like, hey, we got this many minutes, and I ran it over, but I think it was worthy. And at some point this new format down.
Yeah. And to touch on your part about, I loved that this thing was more of a II Tru / Mo Thug, but even more to II Tru, that we kept it there, and it just felt right. Like to give every one of these artists their own, and that's kind of what we tried doing. We don't really harp on the Bone stuff because we want to bring out more of these artists so that you could appreciate them as individuals or as a group versus to just be part of a bigger thing, because now we're 20 years down the road and everybody's individuals. So I love that aspect of it, and I love the II Tru story. I love the II Tru album. I love all the tracks they did on all those Mo Thug albums. I really can't think of a bad song. She said Summertime, but I even liked Summertime. That was like in my top 5 back when I had, when the album was on rotation when it first came out. II Tru can't come whack. They're too good to have any bad songs, and that's amazing that they have like a perfect catalog. So I'm loving it.
I think II Tru deserved an interview like this. Of course, we had to touch on some of the bad, some of the Bones, some of the bad Mo Thug shit, but for the most part it was very positive, and I think they deserved that. And I think a lot of the Mo Thug artists deserve that. But specifically, this is a group that I've pointed out consistently tonight was chasing the same goals independently from Bone, and it just so happens that their path landed like that, that they all ended up together. But they were on their way regardless of Mo Thug, and so they deserved a great interview. It was shorter than I wanted, but longer than it was supposed to be, and I felt great. Season 3 feels fucking great.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And just think, we got 6 more weeks of that fire, that Beyond the Harmony fire coming. Cecil West and J-Li doing it.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I love the new format. I love the new season. I love that we've now had our first female guest on the show. It's probably not the last. It was awesome. Jhaz was so awesome, and I had a great time tonight, man. I mean, I got nothing else. I think that's it. I could sit for 20 minutes and talk about how awesome it is, or you motherfuckers can just rewind and listen to how awesome it was again, because it was great. It was so much fun.
No, and you hit on everything that needed to be hit on. And like I said, those negative parts, it's nice that, that stuff's just going to get squashed and put into the past. And like, as we go forward, we're going to have just positivity, and, maybe sometimes we'll have some negative stuff coming, but I like how this was established and how things went down, and it was beautiful.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that we've, for 2 seasons, we've beat we've beat that horse to death. If you don't know the answers to some of these questions, all you got to do is go back through the first 2 seasons. But for this season, I really want to uncover the new. And when we bring somebody on like Jhaz, we just don't have to go in depth about what happened with everything. We already know the answers. It's so much better to go in depth on the Ballers Flossing video and how the whole city showed out to make sure that they got that video.
And the neighbor, the story about her neighbor, she wouldn't let her on the lawn back when she was a kid, but then the neighbor came through with the clutch property for the photo shoot to go through. Like, that's such a perfect ending, like a perfect, almost like if it was a movie, that was a foreshadowing to something nice that happens in the end. So that's Cleveland, man.
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful interview, and it's been a great night. I can't wait for what we have next. Like Lippy said, we got 6 more weeks. I guarantee if you've enjoyed the first 2, you're going to enjoy the next 6. We've been putting a lot of work in. You can see the work that's been put in. We appreciate it. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, do all the things that you can to support the show. store.beyondtheharmony.com to get all your official Beyond the Harmony merch. And this is your Thug Thursday. I am Cecil West on behalf of Beyond the Harmony, beyondtheharmony.com, standing by with the one and only,
the Fly J-Lie.
And we will catch you on the next one.